There's one aspect which will be dealt with more detail, dealt with more specifically later by Professor Coronel. This is a matter of the tariff regulation.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. And just one word as to Santiago Carrillo. Santiago Carrillo is vielleicht auch gar nicht. Judge at the Constitutional Court of the province of...
Sí, law clerk of the Supreme Court of
province of Buenos Aires, and professor
Buenos Aires University.
In the Buenos Aires University, and so...
yes, so.
And he, actually, I don't...
No.
Yesterday we made one mistake, but
No.
I do not comment on it.
Thank you very much, Klaus. I want to thank also to Alexandra and the organization of the BILAT. I want to thank to Professor Ismer for the reception, and to Susan and Simona too for the assistance. Thank you very much. I will analyze the regulation of public utilities in Argentina. This is a post-crisis overview and includes an overview of the legal design developed for the privatization of state-owned and operate public utilities in the 90s. Very short because Professor Barra explains sufficiently how this legal design was applied until 2001 economic financial crisis, which led the country into default, and the subsequent period in which new regulatory conflicts have arisen. Finally, I'm going to talk about some conclusions which I believe were reached from Argentinian experience since 1990 that can help in the search for alternatives and improvements to restructure the delivery of public services, underscoring management transparency and legal security. I will provide a brief and basic description of how Argentina is organized. It is a federal country divided into 22 provinces. Professor Angelica makes easy this part of my presentation because we have autonomy in each province and municipalities, inside the province. In 1940s, the federal and the city of Buenos Aires that have a new constitutional status. It's like a city-state. No, it's like a mix between a province and a municipality. In 1940s, the federal government of Juan Domingo Perón nationalized the private utilities companies, and this status quo remained unchanged until the presidency of Carlos Menem, which began in 1989, as explained Professor Barra in the morning. The ruling principle is to the regulation of utilities is the ruling principle as to the regulation of utilities is that if the activity is limited to only one province, is regulated by that province. Water supply is a local service in Argentina. On the other hand, if the utility covers more than one province, that is interjurisdictional, this is then organized and controlled by the federal government as per the Commerce Clause. However, the pragmatism with Argentinian constitution was devised, set forth the possibility of having shared and concurrent powers, so aforementioned structure is not absent. At present, the central government often deems that it should intervene in sensitive areas of the economy, with the aim of generating and consolidating unity to allow for homogeneous development. For example, the Argentinian federal government has been defining the national energy matrix, regulating not only interjurisdictionally but also locally. as set forth in the Progress Clause of the Article 75 of the National Constitution, which makes reference to the national prosperity. The Constitution also has organizational relevance from the perspective of consumer protection. Article 42 defines competition as a legal protected good in which supply and demand should act as an economic regulator and impose the fulfillment of this mandate on federal and local authorities. In addition, in the delivery of all kinds of services, national or provincial, the Constitution requires quality and efficiency, appropriate and equalitarian treatment, and the protection of the consumer's economic interest, with the participation of non-governmental quality control associations. This Constitution's structural and functional vision grants powers while determining guiding principles in search of a balanced social and commercial development.